What's up, guys? Tenacious Rick here, and I'm back with this week's edition of Comic Cruiser Reviews. This week, I'm going to be reviewing 4 books. You can see right here. We have Batgirl number 19, with the return of Gail Simone writing. We have Batman number 19. We have Batman and Red Robin number 19. And we also have Uncanny X-Men number 4. So let's get started.
So let's get started on the Marvel side of things with Uncanny X-Men number 4. This issue takes place at the exact same time as the last issue of All New X-Men. Same dialogue and everything. The only difference is you're actually paying more attention and witnessing the conversation between the Stepford sisters and Emma Frost. They're trying to figure out what's wrong with her, and they find out she has no powers, find out why she doesn't have her powers. At first, they want to embarrass her, but then when they find out what happened to her, they feel bad for her, so they end up joining up with her and going with her, and because she's like, I have more stuff to teach you. Obviously, in the background, Cyclops is explaining what he's going to do, and you know how he's that whole situation where they want to go there and they want to recruit people to go into the Xavier School. In the meantime, we see the new kids that Cyclops is working with. They're in the new Xavier School, and they're pretty much looking for their rooms and stuff and getting settled in. Now, the whole issue is kind of boring. It's mostly dialogue. The only really interesting part is at the end, where we actually get to find out who it was that decided to leave the Jean Grey School and switch over to the other side into the Xavier School. And it's actually pretty interesting, and I'm really excited to see what's actually going to happen with this. So definitely pick this up, guys. I give this a 3.5 out of 5, mostly because the ending is very interesting, and you're just going to want to know what's going to happen after that. So now we're going to start things off with the DC side of things, with Batgirl number 19. This issue pretty much starts off with Barbara Gordon talking about how her and her brother, when they were younger, used to watch scary movies on Saturdays, and that's how they bonded. That's pretty much the only bonding experience she's ever had with him. Then go into her trying to get back in on good terms with the roommate and say, hey, I want to move back in. And she proceeds to tell her roommate pretty much everything that's happened, about how she was shot by the Joker, how she was crippled, everything with her family. The only thing she doesn't tell her is that she's Batgirl. Her roommate proceeds to say, hey, I have news too, I'm a transgender. We then see Barbara's brother, and he calls Commissioner Gordon, says, hey, I killed some cops, hey, meet me here, blah, blah, blah. We get there, we're on the docks, of course, you know, seems like a haunted playground, very scary, you know, Gotham thing. So Barbara's mother is also there. Barbara's mother and Batgirl kind of set up a trap for the brother. Barbara shows up, they end up fighting. Barbara ends up getting knocked out. The mother shoots the brother. The brother tries to kill the mother, and then Barbara fights off the brother. She apparently, it seems like she kills him. She hits him with a batarang, he falls off, he hits his back, you hear a crack, he falls into the ocean, and he's apparently dead, but, you know, we're never going to know that, he could possibly return. The end of it has Jim Gordon pointing a gun at Batgirl saying, you're under arrest for the murder of my son, and she takes off. And that's it, that's the end of it. It was actually a really good read. I'm glad Gail Simone's back writing. The artwork could have been a lot better, but it is what it is. It was still decent. I like the grittiness of it, you know, the fighting in the rain and all that. It's just it's very Batman-esque, you know. I gave this one a 4 out of 5. Definitely recommend picking it up if you're a Batgirl. Up next, we got Batman and Robin, or technically Red Robin, number 19. Now, this is a pretty weird storyline for Batman. Batman ends up capturing Frankenstein, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. And the reason as to why he does this is because he wants to bring back Damian. And he figures that the best way to do it is the same way Frankenstein did it. And take dead bodies, put them together, and put Damian's consciousness in these bodies. And it's really weird and why he would want to do this, but he's very desperate to get his son back. Even, like, as he's fighting Frankenstein, he's like, I need my son, I want my son. So he kidnaps Frankenstein, and you feel bad for him, you feel the pain. You see it all over his face in this. He's just rough and gruff and doesn't shave, and he's got a badass in this. Frankenstein obviously is reluctant to help. He says it's unholy, you can't do this. Of course, you really can't stop Batman. Batman kidnaps him, brings him back to the old laboratory, which he's fixed up and he's done experiments already. But he needs Frankenstein's help, so he pretty much takes him apart. Now, Alfred at this point is worried about Batman because he hasn't heard from him in days, so he sends out Red Robin to go to his last location, which is where Batman is now. Red Robin finds Batman, sees what he's doing, and is pretty much disgusted and is like, I can't let you do this. And while he's kind of fighting off Robin, Frankenstein's like, look at me, you could tell I'm not really dead or alive. I mean, I'm in pieces, and I'm still able to talk to you. Let your son rest in peace. Red Robin then blows up the laboratory, and Batman's just pissed off at him, and Batman takes off. You really feel bad for Batman in this, the fact that he would stoop to that level to bring back his son, to pretty much take body parts from dead people and put his son's consciousness in it, I mean, you've got to really think he's going off the deep end this time. You know, this is way different from when he lost Jason Todd or anybody else. Like, it's his son. It's a lot different. So I definitely recommend picking this book up, guys. This book was really good. This is a 4.5 out of 5 for me. Next up, we got Batman number 19. This is like a new story arc. And it starts off with Bruce Wayne robbing a bank. You don't know why he's robbing a bank. He's just robbing the bank. Gets into a fight with Jim Gordon. Shoots Jim Gordon with a shotgun, but obviously he's wearing a vest. Jim Gordon looks up after he was shot and sees Bruce Wayne, and he's with a Batman suit on. You don't know what's going on. We then see Batman, and he's fighting Reaper. And he's, you know, going out the Reaper. Then you see Damian Wayne in there, and what you realize is that it's actually Batman standing in the middle of his Batcave watching video footage from his cowl, because he records all the fights that happen. So apparently Alfred said that for days he's been sitting in the cave just watching these recordings, and it's just really sad. Again, really sad. You feel really bad for him, the same thing as you do in Batman and Robin. Batman then finds out that one of his friends died. He thought he was dead because he was dying, but apparently he committed suicide. And Batman's trying to figure out why, because he was dying, but he got better. He was pretty rich, you know, he had a nice, good business going on. Come to find out that he was wanted for murder because he killed some of Penguin's goons, and Batman's like, why would he do this? There was no reason to do that. Find out that it's not his friend. It's actually Clayface. Clayface is back, which is awesome. And he's got a new ability where he actually takes people's DNA. He doesn't just change his formation and it's still him. He actually becomes that person. So it's actually really cool to see something new happening with Clayface. Clayface then pretends to be Lucius Fox, tricks Bruce Wayne. You're going to help me take out Batman once and for all. This wasn't the best Batman book that I've read so far. I mean, we've had Death of the Family. I still love Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo working together. The artwork goes great with the story. It was still a good story for what it was. It just wasn't the best Batman. This was a 4 out of 5 for me. Still definitely recommend picking this up, because it's going to start off a new story arc with Clayface as the main villain. It's definitely only can get better from here.
That about wraps it up for Comic Creators Reviews for this week. Don't forget to check out bkbn.net for all your news, reviews, and more. And check out Comic Nation Live every Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check out me, Corm TV, Boostacola, and Alex Giasanti to talk about some freaking comic books. Whether you like them or not, I'll let you know how I feel. You better feel the same as I do.